In this video, I'll guide you through how to run a spell check in Adobe InDesign so you can quickly clean up typos and polishing your text before exporting or printing. We'll go step by step, keeping it simple and clear, and by the end, you'll know exactly how to control what gets checked and what doesn't. First, make sure your document is open in InDesign and that you're in the layout where you want to check the spelling. You don't need to select anything yet unless you only want to check a specific portion, which we'll cover in a moment. To begin, move your cursor up to the main menu bar at the top of the screen and click on the Edit menu. This is where many of InDesign's text and document editing tools are located. From the Edit menu, look for the Spelling option. When you hover over Spelling, a submenu will appear. In that submenu, choose Check Spelling. This opens the Spell Check dialog box, which is where you'll control how the spell check runs and review any words that InDesign flags. Inside the Check Spelling dialog box, one of the first things you'll notice is a setting that lets you choose the scope of the spell check. This tells InDesign how much of your document you want it to examine. You have three main options here: Document, Story, and Selection. If you choose Document, InDesign will check the entire file from start to finish. This is the best choice when you're doing a final review before sending something off to print or export, or when you want to be sure nothing is missed anywhere in the layout. If you choose Story, InDesign will check only the current text frame and any frames that are linked to it. This is useful when you're working on a single article, a sidebar, or a specific section of a multi-page document, and you don't want to scan unrelated parts of the file. If you choose Selection, InDesign will only check the text you've actively highlighted on the page. This is handy when you've just written or edited a paragraph or two and want to quickly review that specific chunk without running through everything else. Once you've decided on the scope, click the Start button in the dialog box. InDesign will begin scanning the text based on your chosen scope. As it runs, it will pause on words it thinks might be misspelled or unknown, highlight them, and show you suggested replacements. For each word that InDesign highlights, you'll have a few options. If you see a suggestion that's correct, click Change to replace the highlighted word with the selected suggestion. If the word is actually fine as it is, and you know it's correct in this context, you can click Ignore to skip that instance and move on. If it's a word you use regularly, such as a brand name, a technical term, or a proper noun, and you don't want InDesign to flag it again in the future, choose Add. This adds the word to your dictionary so it's treated as correct next time. Continue working through each highlighted word, using Change, Ignore, or Add as appropriate. When InDesign reaches the end of the scope you selected and there are no more words to review, the spell check will finish and you can close the dialog box.